Welcome to Drive Equals Balance. My name is Dan and you're about to see a Mod 2 test route wherever I am in the description below. Now, the good thing about this video is what you're going to see is a clear commentary that's going to help you, things that the examiner is looking for, and I'm going to use my experience. I've been an instructor for 10 years, yeah, and I've seen a lot. Trust me, I've seen a lot. So I'm going to use my experience over the last 10 years to give you tips, hints and tricks on how you can pass your Mod 2 around the UK. This is going to be a test route series of different, lifesaver, of different test routes all around the UK. So wherever it is in the description below, check it out. If you've got any comments, if you've got anything you'd like to ask, any questions about Mod 2 or Mod 1, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I want to help you guys. Let's get it going. We're here at Redditch DVSA Test Centre. Now, in terms of facilities here, there's not a lot. You've got a disabled toilet, one, and a waiting room. If it's raining here and you've got to put your kit down anywhere, there's nowhere. So just know that you're going to be putting your kit on the floor. Just know there's not a lot of room if you've got lots of stuff. Let's say it's winter time. We're coming into winter now, it's November. So let's say it's winter time. It's going to be very difficult when it comes to keeping dry. But in terms of warm, seems very good here. There's actually no one here at the moment. And in fact, let me get myself off the double yellows. People in the comments will go crazy that I've stopped on the double yellow near a junction. Anyway, so we're here at the Redditch test centre. Now, as you can see there's the car park. It looks like there's a motorcycle bay at the end there only. And that's really it in terms of where you can park. Just know there's loads of leaves down there, so if you are leaving from here and you do have to leave out that way, be really careful with the leaves, because there's loads and loads of leaves. If you can leave this way, that's much better, but there is a one-way system in that car park. I don't know if the examiner will allow you to go the other way. So wait, let's give this test centre a rating. Let's give them a rating of, I'm going to say 5. I'm going to say it's okay, but it would be really super handy to have places to put kit in terms of helmets, gloves, if they're wet or you're cold. I'm going to open up Google Maps because I've got a map saved. So Redditch test route, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time. I'm going to do a commentary as I ride. Plus, if I see anything nice, anything cool, I love cars, I love motorbikes. If I see any of those things, I'm going to highlight them to you as well. Okay, so we're pulling away from the left hand side, so check both mirrors, looking ahead, do my lifesaver, indicate, and I can pull out. Nice, cancel my signal. Okay, and then off I go. We've got a triangle sign up ahead telling us there's a roundabout. I'm taking my time here, even though it's a 30, because I've got cars parked on the left hand side. Here we're going to be going ahead at the roundabout, looking ahead, nice and easy. So we're following the road ahead. Position 2, I didn't use any signals there was quite a small roundabout. Alright, we can pick up the pace now to 27-30 miles an hour. Up ahead I can see a roundabout. There's the roundabout sign, and here it's telling me to turn right. Got a junction just on the right hand side here, but I'm going to do mirrors, signal, lifesaver, moving over to the right hand side, and then we can make our turn. Nice, left indicator, left lifesaver, off I come. Following the road ahead. This is the 30 now, and we're just here doing 30 miles an hour. What I've crept over. If you do creep over, it's not the end of the world, right? You just have to bring it back down. If you creep over for a prolonged period of time, so if I did 34 miles an hour all the way down this road, that is a problem. But if you creep over for 1 or 2 seconds, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, examiners only know your speed by looking at their own speed. Cool. So couple triangle signs here. Road is narrowing. We've got a bend in the road and traffic lights. It also says slow in the road. So here I'm going to back off a little bit. I've just rolled off the throttle. I'm going from 29, 27. Got our green light there. I'm down to 23. We're following the road ahead. Here at the roundabout, we're going to be turning left. Looking at the arrows there, I need to be in the left-hand lane. Mirror, signal. I don't really need to do a lifesaver because I'm already in the left-hand lane. Good distance from the vehicle in front. Looking early. Following that around position 1. Using my back brake, nice slow control. It's clear. I can make that first left turn. On the new road, cancel my signal. No left turn, just here. Yeah, we see the no entry signs. Now, I haven't seen any speed signs, any speed changes, so the road must still be 30 miles an hour. Oh, crept over again. Easily done, isn't it? Easily done. But as long as I bring it back down, it's not going to be, again, like I said, not going to be the end of the world. Triangle sign for a junction on the left-hand side. We've got another triangle sign for a roundabout. Look how far ahead I'm reading that. And there we see a repeater 40. So somewhere we've missed, we'll have a look in the edit, we've missed the 40 sign, saying that there's a repeater 40. We're turning right at this roundabout. I save it and now I can move over. And there on the exit, on the second exit, you'll see a gate, a 30 gate. Now we're not going down there, but if I did go down that road, it would be 30. So here, mirror, signal, lifesaver, off we come. Which makes this road still 40 miles an hour. Yeah, can't believe I missed a 40 sign. Okay, so we see another repeater 40 just there. Up ahead at the lights, we're going to be following the road toward the right. Mirror, signal, lifesaver, move over, and we're following the road around to the right. So this is a right turn, major to minor. Everybody's got a green, so we've got to be careful there because there is also a filtering green as well. Do my lifesaver in the turn, and then here we've got another gate, national speed limit. Yeah, so now we're on a national speed limit road, which here, because there's no central reservation, makes this road 60 miles an hour. Does that mean we're going to do 60? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I would say no, but we should be making good progress here. If the road was clear, I could make a bit more progress, but with that 4x4 in front believing the road is 40 and then the lorry turning right, me doing 60 here, it's probably not the best thing. Okay, the vehicles in front are turning right, and we are not. So give a nice gap there. When we're stopping behind a vehicle, roughly 1 car's length, check my mirrors and off I go. The road is 60, we've got no houses now, there's no side roads, so I can pick up the pace a little bit more. Yeah, here I'm doing 45, 47, 50 miles an hour. Is it worth me going all the way to 60? No, because I'm going to catch up that 4x4. I've also got bends in the road, I don't know exactly where they go. But obviously you guys that are watching this, you'll do this training with your instructor. Here we've got a bend in the road, sharp bend, maximum 30 mile an hour speed. Now that's recommended. Okay, anytime we see the speed sign in a rectangle like that, it's recommended. If it's in the round red ring, then it's a law, it's an order, we've got to follow that. But where it's just a recommended, for test, you want to get down to 30 miles an hour. You want to make sure you've shown that you are safe. Here we got roadworks. So this is temporary, so if you're watching this, these roadworks might not be here, but if you are watching it soon, or in this November here, November 25, then you probably will see these roadworks here. Okay, so consider again the gap. We want a minimum of 1 car length between us and the vehicle in front. Now when we look down there, you'll see the 40 signs. So those 40 signs are a gate, and you'll see, like, as we go around here, I'm always looking for the gate, because that's the beginning of the speed change. Yeah, there was one that I've already missed, which was the 40 off the major roundabout. I do want to go back in the edit and have a look at that, but that gate, that's what we want to be looking for. Checking my mirrors, lifesaver, and then into that new lane. Probably here you probably get some following signs for. So we'll follow signs for Redditch. I'd imagine that's what the examiner would have. The independent ride is what I was looking for. So here we're turning right, mirror, signal, lifesaver, into position 3, or here, that centre of the road, lifesaver again, make our turn. On this new road, I'm not seeing any new signs, so the road must be 40 miles an hour. The sat-nav confirms that. End of the road, returning left. Let's have a look here. Does that sign there say Redditch to the left? Not quite. So mirrors, signal, slowing down, going down through the gears, lifesaver, following round to the left hand side. Looking early, I can use that slow control there because I've got loads of time. Here with the lorry, mirror, lifesaver, move out nice and early. So we always want that routine. Yeah, the routine of how are you going to turn left and right, the routine of how are you going to read the road. When I'm reading the road, I'm looking for road signs, road layout, developing hazard. Here's a 40 repeater sign, again reminding me that I'm in a 40. So road signs, road layout, developing hazards. Okay, everything near enough, anything that makes you change speed or direction is your developing hazard, but everything could be a hazard, and it's a developing one. That's the one we're interested in. Yeah, that Mini coming out of that junction is not so much of a hazard, but if they were turning right, joining us, that would be way more of a developing hazard. So here we've got a few bends. This is quite nice. It's quite chilled here. Probably the examiner would have pulled you up around the lorry, I imagine, would have stopped you on the left hand side. You could have stopped here on the left hand side. If you did, it's a 40 mile an hour road, so remember that. Yeah, remember getting back up to pace. Okay, we've got a staggered junction here. The triangle sign lets us know that. So we've got a junction on the left, a junction on the right, nice and clear. Still repeater 40, so we're still in that 40 zone. I mean, not bad so far. Oh, up ahead we've got a roundabout. So at the roundabout we're going to follow the road ahead, second exit. We've got 2 lanes. Yes, I'm looking at the lane markings. The lorry is turning right on the roundabout. We're going to get there nice and early before the lorry. So we're going to go ahead, following the outside, left indicator, right lifesaver, and then off I come. It's 1 lane on the exit, so I'm back to position 2. And it's still 40, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like a 30. We've got 2 roundabout signs here. Again, they might do the independent ride with these roundabouts. We're going to take the first exit left at these roundabouts. So mirror, signal. Excellent. Look at that gate there, 50 gate. So we're going to get up to pace, up to speed. Up ahead, the left lane is closing down. And we want to be in the right turn lane. We can cross over this hash mark as broken lines. I think the examiner would give you a bit more information than I'm getting in order to help you out here. Now up ahead, even though it's 50, we've got men in the road. So here we're going to take our time and checking my mirror, and I'm going to move right over. I'm doing 25 miles an hour, taking my time as I pass these guys. Once I pass them, check my mirrors, and then I can pick up the pace. Now normally I would go to the left hand lane, but that lane is full of leaves, so I'm going to stay in this lane because it's better in terms of contact patch on the road, but I'm just keeping an eye on what's going on behind me, which is absolutely nothing. But like I said, normally you would be in the left-hand lane. I would be really careful here if you're testing Redditch. This is full of leaves, and motorbikes and leaves and wet tarmac don't go well. Still repeat of 50, so we're still in that 50. I'm only doing 34 miles an hour here. Have a look what's going on here. It looks like we're joining a dual carriageway. Got a give way sign here, looking nice and early, and it's still going to be 50 miles an hour. So you've got to take a good old look here. There'll be some good acceleration. I'm going to join after the grey car. The red car behind flashed me, so that's great. Okay, we've got a 40 gate, and then we got our 40 repeater sign. So just keep making sure I keep a good distance between myself and the vehicle in front. Wow, yeah, you've really got to make sure you're happy with accelerating and getting up to speed there, because you could end up being there for quite some time if you're not used to that. So I'd say if you're coming to Redditch, definitely practice getting up to speed and being comfortable with that. That's very important. Okay, the roundabout, we're going to be turning right. So mirrors, signal, lifesaver. Moving over to the right hand side. Don't really have any lanes here, even though it's 2 lanes wide. Okay, and then left indicator, left lifesaver, and off we come off the roundabout. I'm going to find somewhere to stop just because my phone has let me down now that I've put it in the low power mode. I believe on this roundabout we're going to follow the road ahead. I believe that's what happens here. So we're going to follow the road ahead. It's quite a big roundabout here. So we're following the road ahead, and it looks like there's 2. No, we'll do the traditional follow the road ahead. So there is 2 lanes here, even though it's not marked. And then left indicator from here. So I'm following the outside of the roundabout. Right lifesaver, make sure it's just me on my own. And then we can exit coming off here. Road here is 40, we've still got that 40 repeater. Again, I just crept over, but that's fine, we can just knock back that speed there. I'm just going to stop here on the left hand side. So I've stopped here on the left, check my mirrors, signal, lifesaver, and off I go. So up to 40 miles an hour. So yeah, in Redditch so far, you've got to learn to get up to speed. That's really important. Roundabouts, because there's quite a few roundabouts here. There's quite a lot of big roundabouts. Okay, here we're going to follow the road ahead, second exit. So again, slowing down nice and early, going down through the gears, following that left hand side will be the second exit. And on this exit, you'll see that gate, national speed limit, dual carriageway. So the examiner will be expecting you to get up to a swift speed. So here now, KTM GT getting up to, well, 60, almost 70 miles an hour. But with these bends, I'd say 60 is appropriate for now. And as it opens up, now we can look to make that 70 miles an hour here. Now this next bit looks quite hard. So this is now exiting. Yeah, we're going to be looking at exiting, coming off a dual carriageway. I'm not going to overtake because I need to think about the exit. Check my mirrors, signal, begin to slow down. You see the Audi overtake me, but then they realise. And look here, look how much you've got to slow down here. So you've got to be able to read your bends so that we can go through. I'd say position 2 is the best because you've got leaves either side. And I'm only doing 20 miles an hour, so we're going from 70 to 20 miles an hour. And then here, we've got a left turn. 30 gate just there. Lifesaver, move over. Nice and clear. And now we're in the 30 zone. Cars parked on the left, so I'm going to go all the way out to position 3. That's quite hard, yeah? Because there's a lot of stuff coming at you very quickly. Now we're only doing one route, but I imagine that's another route down there. And look at that national speed limit gate. So you could go national dual carriage. Actually, no, because that goes back to the dual carriageway. So probably not. Zebra crossing nice and clear. We've got a green light. Now it's been green for some time. Expect the change, okay? Don't expect that you can just get through. Nice that we got through, but always anticipate having to stop. Yeah, that always works out better. So here, regular street lighting, built up area, no other signs, must be 30. If I look at the sat nav, that also tells me it's 30 miles an hour. For your test, you won't have the sat nav, but at least you know. Here, this is a bit cheeky. Yeah, this is tells the examiner your exact speed, but that's good. I'm doing 27, so that's great. Checking my mirror, moving out for the parked cars. We've got cars coming down the hill. We've got that bus that's parked up. Probably will look to move out. Now that's what I mean by developing hazard. Yeah, that bus, there's the indicator. Okay, that bus is looking to move out, which means they're going to come to my side of the road. So I want to be aware of that. Okay, up ahead. Up ahead, we're turning left. So here we've got to be good at hill starts here, because you might not get what I've just got here, which is to stop on top, on the brow. You might end up stopping on the bottom of the hill. You do need good control, good slow control here. Yeah, for these junctions, these T junctions. So we're turning right, mirror, signal, lifesaver, moving over. Again, look at the leaves on the ground. Lots of leaves in Redditch. So really be mindful of where you're putting your bike. Here, cars parked on the other side of the road, so you need good control. The control you had for your figure of 8, your U-turn, that's what you need here. That car's going pretty quickly. So nice and clear now. We can make our turn. Turning probably, yeah, into position 3. I'd say that's the best. Cancel the signal. So there I'm using my skill of the figure of 8 and U-turn to help me out through here. Yeah, there's enough room. Check my mirror, off I go. Because I'm on the wrong side of the road, or just about, I'm going to just take my time as I go down here. Nice. We're going to take the next right. So we're turning right. And have a look here. We've got a different kind of gate. We've got one-way street. Yeah, so I want to know that at the beginning. Anytime you're turning down a one-way street, and Redditch has a one-way street right at the end, anytime you want to know, because if you're turning right, you want to position your motorbike all the way to the right-hand side. It's very, very important. How do you recognize a one-way street? 1, the signs. 2, all the vehicles are facing the same way. 3, at the end, you see the triangle sign on the right. It says you're now entering a 2-way. We're turning right here. And 4, you've got the give-way line all the way across the junction. Nice and... So that would stand against me. So you've got to be really careful here with those cars. Yeah. If I'd have pulled forward, stopped, and pulled forward again, that would have been better. So yeah, those three junctions there, just be really mindful, really careful with those. Now that we're in the town centre, yeah, there's a lot going on in a short space of time. Okay, nice and clear. Yeah, so how I could have done better with that junction is if I crept forward and then stopped again. That would have been a better idea. Turning left here. Now have a look at those blue signs up there. You have to go this way. It's only buses, taxis and cycles. So if you go through there, that will be the end of your test. I imagine all your instructors would tell you about that one. But that's quite a cheeky one. We're turning left at the end of this road. This will be a hill start. Nowhere around this one. So here I can just creep forward a little bit, stop again, and then I can go. That would have been a better way to do that previous one that I did. Okay, check my mirrors, signal. Lifesaver, make my turn into position 2. Now when we're going down a hill, this is the 30-mile-an-hour zone. Oh, that's a nice view. When we're going down the hill, here I'm in first gear, I'm doing 18 miles an hour, but the hill and the gear is controlling the speed. It's not me on the throttle. Yeah, I'm not pressing any brakes or anything like that. It's simply the gear controlling me. Now obviously on test, I'm not going to take my hand off the handlebar. But I do want that gear to help me out. Okay, check my mirrors. We're turning right here. This is quite a hard junction here. It's kind of blind on the right hand side. Okay. Use my slow control, the mini on the foot brake, reversing, just got to be very mindful of that. Now I imagine this is where an examiner would ask you to stop on the left. We've got the junction there, we've got a double yellow there. Actually there's nowhere really for you to stop, so probably not. Up ahead we've got flashing yellow lights, we've got a lorry working, oncoming traffic with cars parked, so we just got to back off that speed a little bit. Temporary roadworks, triangle sign for the road narrowing. So just checking my mirrors before I pull away, making sure I know what's going on around me. Alright, up ahead we're going to be turning left. Mirror, signal. Check my mirrors, off I go. Okay, on that new road I'm not seeing any signs. Here I could pass on the left. The cycle lane is a broken line. As long as I don't use it and continue to use it, I can go around that car. So if we're not turning left or right, as I've said before in previous videos, every 8 to 10 seconds, check your mirrors, yeah? Make sure you know what's going on behind you. Make sure you've got that story. You've got that information. Yeah, nothing should jump out from behind you. That car's stopped there. So it's not a developing hazard because they're not pulling out, but just something to take note of. Okay, we're going to be turning right. Now the examiner here will probably say the next available right. Mirror, signal. And looking there, have a look how you can't turn into the first part. You've got to turn into the second part. And it becomes a one-way street. That is useful to know. You'd want to see that because this is not very common. Yeah, so if you are testing a Redditch, you'd want to come down here for sure. We're going to turn right at the end of the road. Remember, one-way street, so we have to get to the third position or all the way over to the other side, nice and clear, so we can use our slow control and then get turning. Now it looks like we're back into a two-way, so it's only that little bit. Yeah, there you go. It's only that little bit there, that little stretch of road that's one way, then goes into a two-way. Here, you could be forgiven for doing 20 miles an hour. The road is 30. Crossing is got a mother and baby on the crossing there. But yeah, this area is 30 miles an hour. But if you did 20, no one's going to be upset. Yeah, no. Here I'm doing 24 miles an hour. It feels right. It feels appropriate. Yeah, so never think that you need to always push it to 30 miles an hour. Here though, where it's a little bit more open, this is where I can make a bit more pace. Now let's imagine the examiner's asked me to stop on the left hand side. Let's find somewhere that's reasonable. Okay, car's parked on the left, the Amazon van. So we've got Amazon van and we've got a junction. So I'm just going to take my time here. Okay, I'm going to stop on the left here. Mirror, signal, lifesaver, moving over, and I'm going to stop just here. Now when we stop on the left, I would recommend the first thing you do, cancel your signal. Okay, make sure that's definitely off. Then have a look here. We've got junctions up here. We don't want to stop opposite the junction. We don't want to stop too close to the junction. Okay, the examiner might talk to you about the independent ride. They might talk to you about riding on. It might just be a very simple ride on. This is where, if you have stopped, if you've got if you've got a problem with you can't hear them, if you've got a problem with you've got a scratch or an itch, do it. Yeah, if you've got a cramp, okay, stretch it out here. The examiner will wait. Just find neutral, stretch it out, keep it safe. Cool. So from here, if I want to pull away, check over my left shoulder, left mirror, in front of me, right mirror, right shoulder, signal, come back to that mirror, and off we go. Yeah, I'll throw in that last lifesaver as well. Okay, at the roundabout we're going to be turning left. Again, trying to avoid those leaves. I'm going to stop here on the left 1 second, and I've gone off the test route. Now if you go off the test route, that's not the end of the world. Yeah, the examiner will bring you back to the correct test route. So here at the end we're going to be turning right. Check my mirrors, signal, lifesaver, moving over, following around, looking early. I've seen that car, so I'm going to stop. Again, this is just as difficult because here you've got traffic coming quite fast from the right hand side. Okay, nice. parked on the left hand side, so I'm just going to check my mirror and move out. Now this is where we would have come out of, so I'm just going to go back up here. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to come out of there and see if it's any more difficult than the one we just did. Mirror, signal, lifesaver, moving over. Very, very nice. Subaru Impreza STI. Love it. Oh, the sound. The sound. Okay, we're turning left here, turning left. Mirror. Signal. Lifesaver. Moving over, following it round. No, it's easier. It's easier than the one we just did. So we're coming back down this road, making our way back toward the test centre. We're in the last 5 minutes of the test centre. Always remember, when you realise you're coming back, keep focused. Yeah, don't lose focus. Keep that focus on what you're doing. Keep the commentary going. Yeah. Don't go, oh, I recognise where I'm coming back to now, and relax, because that is when you'll make the big mistake. Okay, so just be really, really mindful of that. Keep focused. Always keep focused. We've got that green light. It's been green for a long time. It's a pedestrian crossing, so I'm going to check both sides. If there's no pedestrians, it's unlikely to change. Could still change, but massively unlikely. Okay, nice. We're going to be taking the next available left. Can't go there. Mirror, signal, slowing down, lifesaver, make our turn into a one-way street. So again, with this being a one-way street, just be super mindful. Looking at the end there, you see the triangle sign, back into a two-way. Check our mirrors, put our signal on. You're going to see we literally turn up at the test centre just here. So there's the test centre there. Nice and clear. Cancel my signal, and then we can come back to where we started, which is great. So as a test area, I'd say it's really good. It's very, very well signed. It's very well signed. But that one junction would have let me down. You want to pull out where you know it's absolutely safe. So if we'd done a staggered version of that, where we pulled out, stopped, and then went again, it would have been a completely different scenario. What am I going to give this? I think this area is a little bit difficult. I think it's a little bit difficult, especially where we've got the pulling out and getting up to speed really quickly, slowing down from 70 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour to do that bend, the leaves. It's quite difficult, so I'm going to give this one, I'm going to say an 8 out of 10. If 10 is super hard, tell me, have you done this test route? Is there things that are harder in this area? Is there somewhere that you would like me to come to your area and do a commentary ride on that? Let's do it, okay? So like, subscribe, comment. If you know anyone who is looking to do their test, share this with them. This might help them. Even if they're not testing here, the routines will definitely help out. Yeah, the turning routines, recognizing different junctions, recognizing different things will definitely help out. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.